favored in that game, especially if Purdue still missing all their players.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wait for this to get. Always a beautiful morning, and Dick, it doesn't hurt that it's a Friday morning.
Good morning.
That makes it a little easier. Good morning,
Yeah,
Dick Belcher with First Federal.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great weekend. We got a lot of things happening. Well, Red for Ed, thousands of teachers gathered to protest, including 36 from Rochester school system. They were down around the Capitol on Tuesday. Black Friday's coming up next week from tomorrow, or a week from today.
Are you a big Black Friday shopper?
No.
Me neither.
I get a rash just walking by a department store, so I don't go. Oh, the impeachment inquiry continues. We've got 5 days now. Mm-hmm. Still going strong.
Now, I thought I saw somewhere, was Jay Leno called in for the impeachment process? I don't know if that was a joke someone sent me or what, but they're looking under every rock, and
that couldn't be any worse.
Yeah, they're trying to be as absolutely thorough as possible.
Well, the Democrats had their debate in Georgia. It was a whole hummer, and it keeps on keeping on. I read in the Sentinel this morning that the first Marvel comic book was sold yesterday for $1.26 million. Mm. It was published in 1939.
Was that you, John, that bought that?
I wish. If it was me, oh man, I wish.
Okay.
1.6 million, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some postman bought it. He had a habit of buying comic books, the first that they came out, and saved them, and he's probably been dead for 20 years, and now they sell it for
So he probably bought it 10, 20 cents when it came out?
Yeah, that's quite a return on investment. And he bought it immediately, put it in one of those plastic coverings and never touched it, so it's probably
right. Yeah.
mint condition.
Probably didn't even read it. Okay, we're going to talk to the foundation people in a little bit, and we've got a little trivia about foundation, and the trivia is, how many dollars does the Fulton County Foundation manage? Is it $4 million, $10 million, or $18 million? Tanner Lee couldn't make it today. He's on vacation, so Todd Vansickle, you're filling in.
Yes.
Give us a little sports.
Thank you, Dick. Pinch hitting for Tanner Lee today. With local sports, the Rochester girls basketball team had a big win last night at Peru. I think they used to call that the Tiger Den. Is that right?
That's right.
Used to be a pretty hard place to play in. They were down most of the game. In fact, they trailed by 14. The Zebras won 65-58. With 3 minutes left in the game, Caitlin Rogers hit a three to tie it at 55-55. Then Emma Haltshell hit a three with about 2 minutes to take the lead at 58-55 and never trailed after that. The freshman Emma Haltshell scored 9 points in the last 2 minutes. It's pretty amazing.
Well, she can tell that to her grandkids for a long time.
And Macy Brown led the Zebras with 22 points. That makes their record at 2-2. And also last night, Winnemac beat North White 41-37. As I was watching the part of the game last night before the Colts game started, Colts game kind of started slow and finished slow for the Colts. Actually, they lost 17-20 to the Texans. That makes their record 6-5, and the Texans 7-4. So they're a game behind the Texans in the AFC South. And the Colts play the Titans, I believe, a week from Sunday, and the Texans play the Patriots. So hopefully the Colts can pick up some ground there.
Yeah, and we'll see, because I think that might give the Texans the tiebreaker now that they've gone 1-1 against each other in the division. So
how's that work?
I don't. If they finish with identical records, I hope it's not a coin toss. I hope they've got something in place where it's probably a division record.
Yeah, both teams won home and home. Yeah, so that probably is right, division record. Some other sports. After the Colts actually had a great game last Sunday against the Jaguars, beat them 33-13. So they've had a busy week with 2 games in a short few days. Bears lost last week to the Rams, 17-7. They host the Giants on Sunday. A lot of college football going on tomorrow. For all the late sleepers or maybe participants in the Shop of the Cop run tomorrow, they can do that and still get out to watch the games because Purdue plays at 4 o'clock at Wisconsin. They're 4-6 against Wisconsin, 8-2. That'll be a tough game against the Badgers, but Purdue plays pretty well anymore. So
yeah, I think Wisconsin's something like 24-point favorites or something like that.
That's
So
right.
they are an absolute underdog going up to Madison.
the Hoosiers lost at Penn State 34-27. They host number 15 Michigan 8-2. They haven't beat Michigan at home since 1988, so maybe they can do that. That's tomorrow at 3:30 on ESPN, and Michigan's a 9-point favorite in that game. The Irish beat Navy 52-50, and they host Boston College with a 5-5 record tomorrow at 2:30 on NBC. So they're all late starts tomorrow, and Notre Dame's a 19.5-point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Purdue also is in action tomorrow. It's a busy day for West Lafayette. They host Jacksonville State. They're 1-2, and that game's at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. IU beat Princeton on Wednesday night, 79-54, and they host Louisiana Tech on Monday. IU's record's 5-0 right now. Notre Dame men's basketball beat Presbyterian 63-53 on Monday, and they played Toledo last night, and they won 64-62. Their record's 5-1 now. Just to the soccer fans out there, Dick, hope you don't mind if I do this. IU's men's soccer starts their trek for their 9th national championship next week. They're ranked 5th. They're seeded 5th in the NCAA tournament, and they'll play the winner of University of Kentucky and Loyola Chicago.
Mm-hmm. You gotta watch out for Loyola. They're known for pulling some upsets here in recent memory.
That's true. NCAA basketball made lots of news a few years ago. That's the sports update. Tanner also included some tidbits for us.
Okay.
So the tidbits, on this day in 1927, the first snowmobile patent was granted to Carl Ellison of Sainer, Wisconsin. Hopefully we won't need those snowmobiles soon, but
If I had to guess where snowmobiles would come from, Wisconsin would be towards the top of my list.
when I read this from Tanner, it made logic sense. Why not Wisconsin?
Yeah.
On this day in 1963, John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And on this day in 1995, Toy Story was released. Great movie.
They did okay for themselves, Pixar, with that movie.
There are 4 movies now.
Yeah.
And billion-dollar company.
Mm-hmm.
Today is National Go for a Ride Day. So if anybody wants to go for a ride, today's the perfect day to do it. Sounds like before some weather sets in. Might be a good thing. Also, it's National Flossing Day and Cranberry Relish Day. I wondered if those two were related. Getting the cranberry seeds, I don't know.
So I've had like cranberry sauce, and I've had relish, and I don't necessarily like either of those. So I don't think 2 wrongs are going to make a right if you put cranberry and relish together. It doesn't sound appealing to me.
Try it. You might like it.
You never know, Dick. Well,
I don't see cranberry relish on a hot dog or
Yeah,
anything like that.
exactly.
Okay, we got some upcoming events. Woodlawn Hospital Auxiliary Gift Shop's annual Christmas open house is from 10 to 5 today. Rochester Optimist Club is holding a pancake breakfast fundraiser from 7 to 10 a.m. tomorrow. That's Saturday at the Fulton Community Building. That's in Fulton. St. Joe Catholic Church is hosting its annual breakfast and pie auction on Sunday. The Knights of Columbus will host a free will donation breakfast from 8 to 10:30 on Sunday. Pie auction will start at 10:30. I've been to that pie auction, and I was forced to buy an apple pie for a lot of money.
You told me, Dick, that raises lots of money for them. It's a good
That's right.
cause.
That's right. Oh, they have a good time. So stop over there tomorrow or Sunday morning. Okay, we've got a holiday gala coming up, Woodlawn's Holiday Gala. That's going to be Saturday, December 7th. That's the Arlington Room at Giretti's. That's the every other year fundraiser for the hospital. And they'll have a silent auction and a lot of things going on there, and a nice dinner. First Federal's a drop-off for Toys for Tots, and as well as the Fulton County Library is a drop-off for Toys for Tots. Fulton County Library is also accepting gloves, scarves, hats, anything warm, and they will take care of distributing it. Okay, in money news, the Dow was down 54 yesterday. It closed at 27,766. Amish Acres in Napanee is closing on December 31st after 50 years.
That's pretty amazing. They have a great record there, and I know a lot of people participate in the activities there, the Round Barn Theater.
Yeah.
It will be missed. Hopefully they'll come up with a fire and solution for the long term.
It's been truly a mom and pa operation. The family started it 50 years ago. Ford unveiled the new electric 2061 Mustang. It's a Mach-E, the first vehicle based on Ford's new electric vehicle. $11 billion plan to develop 40 new all-electric and hybrid models by 2022. It's also the first time the Mustang name is being used on a vehicle other than the two-door car when it came out in, you know what year that came out?
65?
64.
64,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
I saw a commercial, a sneak peek commercial for that. It's a pretty sharp-looking car.
It'll sell.
And I heard something that they're going to have a Mustang SUV or something like that with that.
I think
that too.
Well, I think you know, the big car companies, including GM and Ford and others, are making a huge effort to promote these electric cars and hybrid cars. It appears that that's something of the future. They got a lot of work to do on the batteries, in getting distance with those, but they'll work that out.
Usually, they 200-300 miles is the distance I think about now.
Yeah.
But $11 billion for until 2022. That's a lot of money, and
Yep.
wish Ford success because if we all get electric cars, we're all better off anyway.
Tom Van Zickel, thank you for helping with the
No problem,
sports
Dick.
today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Okay, at First Federal, we're open today until 5 o'clock on Saturday, 8:30 to noon. You can always bank with us online and with our mobile apps, which is free to download. Our ATM is open 24/7 as well if you need some cash. We offer many different mortgage products, USA, USDA, FHA, conventional loans, one-step construction loans, premier first-time home buyer loans, and more. Our loan originators, Ben Dalton, John Schaefer here in Rochester, can provide you with more details. We offer simply free checking accounts and simply free business checking accounts. When you open a new checking account, you get a free gift. We offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Lindy Breeden for more information on that. We also offer financial services. Contact Mark Blueball or Brian Bell today for more information. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We're a member of FDIC and an equal housing lender, and our NMLS number is 399927. Well, thank you. We've got a couple of guests that we want to talk to this morning. Gail Karis and her dad, Denny Price. Step right up here to the mic. Okay, what do we got coming up here, Gail, tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the 5K Trot with a Cop. You hear me now?
Okay, tell us about it.
This was a last minute thrown together project. Charlie Schwank, Kelly McCall, Cindy McLaughlin, and myself decided to do a little Trot with a Cop. All benefits go to Shop with a Cop. And so far we got a pretty good turnout. We have 70 registrants, and we have more showing up tomorrow, I guess weather permitting. So nearly 100 people will be there tomorrow, and all in good fun and for the children of Fulton County.
And what time and where does it start?
Starts at the St. Joe Catholic Church off of Main Street. You can come in and register in the parish hall in the back. It starts at 8:30 registration. We'll start our run walk at 9:30. There'll be officers stationed around our course. We are not going to shut off any roads, so you'll be able to walk on sidewalks, and I guess we'll run on roadways, but just use caution, don't run us over.
Okay. Denny Price, I know you started this how many years ago?
We started Shop with a Cop in 1996.
Well, what was the motive then? Why did you start it?
To help underprivileged kids at Christmas time, where the families are going through a real tough problem with either job loss or sickness, something like that.
So you do this every year. I think this is the first time you've done the run. Is that right, Gail?
That's correct. We kind of want to make it an annual thing, and it'll be the same run that they used to do the Jingle Bell run for God's Child.
Okay, for tomorrow at 8:30, come to the Catholic Church and register for Trot with a Cop. How many cops are going to be trotting? We know.
Let's just put that as a questionnaire. Maybe
Okay. All
if
right.
you guess, you get a free T-shirt.
Okay.
How's that?
All right. So people that haven't registered, they still can get in.
You still can get in. It's $25. You do get a T-shirt. It's a turkey trotting with a gun belt and a officer hat and a badge. It's pretty cute. They're
Okay.
orange with white lettering, but yeah, you can still enter and show up for tomorrow.
Denny Price, thank you for stopping by today and talking about this, and thank you for helping with this and getting us started many years ago. I'm sure you've raised a lot of money. And Gail, thank
Yes.
you for working with it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Sure, you're welcome. All right, Brian, come up here. Brian Johnson with the foundation. Okay, you've got a special Tuesday coming up, right?
We do have a special Tuesday coming up.
Okay, tell us about it.
Well, we have Giving Tuesday coming up. So you have the idea of, you already talked about Black Friday. Then you have Small Business Saturday, put a plug in for the chamber and all the events they've got going on here, shop local. And you have Cyber Monday. An effort has really started to create a day of giving in the charitable community, and that's Giving Tuesday. So the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving has been deemed Giving Tuesday. The idea is to consider what kind of charitable impact you can make in your community and around the world. After you've spent money shopping, you can do some good for the community following that. So we're celebrating Giving Tuesday. This year it's December 3rd. We're going to be at our office at 227 East 9th Street, starting at 10 a.m. that morning and go until 6 p.m. We'll have lunch over the noon hour from 11 to 2 actually. And we can put a plug in, say WROI will be live there, so we're looking forward to that as well. So.
Okay. You'll be down there, John?
We'll be down there.
Okay. All right. Well, how many years have you done this special
This is going to be
Tuesday?
our 4th year where we've done Giving Tuesday, and really it's a celebration of everything that we've been able to do this year. So whether you're coming to make a year-end donation or you just want to come in and see some of the things that the foundation has been able to help with in our community, it's just a wonderful day to celebrate the generosity of our community and celebrate some of those good things that have happened because of the donors that want to make a difference in our community.
Yeah, and I understand. I have some inside information that the Burkitts are serving lunch.
That it's, I can verify that rumor. So
Can you? Okay.
that will be true. So
All right, now
you come out and have lunch.
I know you got a special promotion, 2-for-1. Tell us about that.
Yes. So we have had the opportunity from Lilly Endowment to match gifts to our community funds. And when I say community funds, we have about 26 or 27 of those. An example would be like Suzanne's fund that help make grants in the community to needed projects. So like this last year, just a couple of examples, we helped with the Brent Blackadder Memorial Sports Complex. We've been able to help with things like the Kiwanis Fall Festival, some different things throughout the community that are needs that come up, and donors have given us funds and said, we don't want to restrict this to a specific organization or a cause. We want to be able to use this in the most effective way right now for our community. So those gifts are matched 2-for-1, $2 matched for every dollar that donors give. We're getting kind of to an exciting point. Lilly Endowment has given us the opportunity to match. If we raise $250,000, they will match it with $500,000. As of right now, we're over the $210,000 raised. So If you're going to participate in that match, I'd encourage you to do that in the near future, because I'm saying by the end of the year, I'm hoping we're done with that match, but it's been really exciting. And something else that is going to be exciting as well, this year we've been doing what we've called Agency of the Month, awarding organizations with a $1,000 grant to help encourage them and say thank you for what they do for the community. So what we're doing this year on Giving Tuesday is we're going to have 2 donors who make a gift on Giving Tuesday. We're going to put everybody's name that gives on Giving Tuesday in a hat, and 2 of those donors will be able to choose a $500 grant each to go to a cause in the community of their choice. So that's another added bonus, getting everybody involved in not only the giving to the foundation, but giving to the community. So.
Well, we're speaking to Brian Johnson, who's with the Northern Indiana Foundation here in Fulton County, and you work exclusively in Fulton County, right?
I do.
Okay, now I had the little trivia that you helped me with yesterday about the number of dollars that are managed. Let's talk about that.
Yes. So
and the answer is?
The answer is about $18.5 million right now is what we have in Fulton County. Between the 3 counties, we have over $43 million, and when I say the 3 counties, Fulton, Stark, and Miami counties, but we always get to brag a little bit because of those 3 counties. We have about 45% of the assets, and when I say we have a generous community, that's one of the things that points to that. So.
Absolutely. The foundation's been around 26 years now, and started with nothing, and
Yes.
now 18.5 million.
Yeah. And we look back in that, and while it's impressive to say $18.5 million in assets, really what we do is help things happen in our community. So we look back, and we're over $13.5 million in grants and scholarships that we've been able to provide to the community in that 26 years. That's everything except for the Lilly Scholarship, which actually comes through Lilly Endowment. If we add that value in, we add about another $3 million to that. So it's neat to see how those monies those donors have given have been put to work and will continue to.
Okay, you talked a little bit previously about the pop-up gifts that you
Yes.
made. What are some of the organizations that have received
Well, some of the
pop-up?
organizations, just thinking through the year, organizations like CASA, Fulton County, our area libraries. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag a little bit and say some food pantries will be receiving some surprises that they know about it, but the community doesn't.
Okay, don't tell anybody, John.
Yeah, keep that a secret between the 4 of us here.
Exactly.
So organizations like that, a new organization, Fulton County Hope, United Ministries, just a number of organizations that really do a good job, and our way of saying thank you for providing these services. A lot of the services we have in our community is because we have volunteers and people willing to step up, and they don't always get the thank you that they deserve, and this is just a little way for us to be able to say thank you to those organizations.
We've talked about the foundation many times, you and I, and on the radio and privately, but still there are people out there. I ran into a person the other day who I mentioned about the foundation, and he says, well, what is that? So we can't talk about it too much.
Yeah.
But this Tuesday, or coming up December the 3rd,
Yes.
a week from Tuesday, is Giving Tuesday. And stop into the foundation. They have a great new facility.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
remodeled facility.
Remodeled facility, really a wonderful opportunity for us to have it there on 9th Street. It worked out very well and provides some extra sustainability for us for the future as well. That's one of the things we always look at, and we had the opportunity, and it worked out well. So.
And a nice new sign.
Nice new sign. We try and have information about community events, so I'm going to have to go back and say something about putting the Trot with the Cop on the sign so we can promote that. Maybe encourage, I'm not sure if that route's going past there, but we can encourage the runners tomorrow with that too.
Well, you guys do a great job down there, and stop by on December the 3rd, a week from Tuesday, starting at 10 o'clock. Have lunch there, and go to 6 and get more information.
Yeah, we'd love to see the community. If you have questions or just want to, if you're somebody that doesn't know about the foundation and want to know what we do, that's a perfect opportunity for you to stop in and say hi.
Thank you for stopping by this
Thanks for
morning.
having
I
us, Dave.
appreciate that very much. Okay, we already covered the trivia, which was how many dollars does the foundation manage here in Fulton County? And it's $18.5 million. Do a great job. I'm always amazed at the return on this. Give us a little background on, or maybe you know the average return on that investment.
It's been since '93. It's been right at 8%.
Wow,
So
that beats
we're
First
fortunate
Federal.
to have some very good advisors,
Yeah,
and very
good.
smart people on our committee.
Okay. Thank you for stopping by this morning. Let's close with these words of wisdom by Confucius. Confucius was a Chinese philosopher. You knew that, I'm sure.
I did.
They probably told you that.
They call him Confucius. They call me Confusion.
Oh, confusion. Okay. Anyway, Confucius says, "It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop."
Perfect.